Congo. I hope everybody knows about Congo, right? Congo is one of the poorest countries in the world. But I refuse to believe that. Why am I saying I refuse to believe that Congo is poor? Africa in general, we are rich. We are so rich that sometimes we don't even see. People, they don't see that we are so rich. For example, in Congo, there is cobalt. You see the laptop you're using, the battery that you're using, the phone that you're using, these electric cars that you're using, that iPhone you're using, that battery is made of cobalt. It's a lithium battery that you're using.
Why is the cobalt mining industry using this type of labor? We've been covering the child labor being used. It's truly disturbing. Why this type of labor?
If the companies had a choice, they would not be using children and having dangerous conditions. The problem is that 60% of the world's cobalt comes from the Congo, which is essentially a failed state, a very poor country, as you pointed out. And so it's catch as you can out there. You just try and mine in any way you can. And they would love for this to be regulated and treated like a regular industry. But unfortunately, in the Congo, it's very hard to get control of these mines.
You know, one of the interesting points that's been made, Todd, as you know, is when we talk to companies about why they would allow this mineral that's been mined by children to be used in some of their devices and some of their products, they say, you know, banning this type of thing would not change conditions in the DRC.
So let me tell you a little bit, a short story about Congo. So during 1907, Belgium colonizer, they discovered cobalt. And after that, after some years, like 1914, if I'm not mistaken, they started mining. The companies came in and started mining cobalt and copper. Then after some decades, while mining those minerals, during 1960s is when the Congo gained its own independence. So after gaining independence, the mining industry underwent nationalization. What do I mean by that? It means after that period of time, after independence, the Congolese government became in control of mining facilities and everything. Then after that, during 1990s, private companies and other investors from overseas, they came to Congo and own their mine as well and continue mining these minerals, especially cobalt. But there is something that people, they don't understand or they don't see, is that there is this child labor in these mining industries.
Rights group Amnesty International has accused multinationals of forced evictions, threats, intimidation, and deception against local populations at cobalt and copper mining sites in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. In the report published Tuesday, Amnesty and the DRC-based Initiative for Good Governance and Human Rights analyzed the impact of 4 projects in the Kolwezi mining region southeast of the DRC. The 2 organizations believe that the race to expand these mining operations has led to the forced eviction of populations from their homes and fields. Instead of benefiting from the growth of the mining sector, people living in the Kolwezi region are being forced to leave their homes and farmland to make way for the expansion of large-scale industrial mining projects, according to the report. The DRC is Africa's largest mining producer and supplies more than 70% of the world's cobalt, a crucial metal for batteries used in electronics and electric cars.
Why is the cobalt mining industry using this type of labor? We've been covering the child labor being used. It's truly disturbing. Why?
We filmed inside one of those mines and found that these tunnels are unsupported. There are lots of accidents in these mines. And the people who go down into them don't have protective equipment. They don't have boots or gloves or helmets, and they don't have face masks. The government of the DRC needs to take urgent steps to make sure that all children are removed from these illegal and unauthorized mining areas. They need to make sure that these children have a different kind of future, that they can go to school rather than do this work which exposes them to terrible harm and means they're not having a proper education.
Smartphones and electric car batteries require this mineral to work. Most of the world's supply of cobalt comes from the Democratic Republic of Congo. It is one of the poorest places in the world.
Workers here face dangerous conditions mining the valuable mineral. The hidden cost of cobalt mining.
It's really important that companies which are using cobalt, are buying cobalt, don't boycott the DRC. It would be terrible. It would be a terrible tragedy if they stop buying cobalt that comes from these mines. What they need to do is be part of the solution. And it would be great if countries like the US, if the European Union, if the Chinese government could start obliging their companies to trace the minerals that go into their products.